Welcome to Burtech. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about things that Udemy does very, very well. All right, welcome back. So let's take a look here. So today things seem to be a little bit better here. Now, of course, as you can see here, the Russia-Ukraine war volatility is going to be a factor in the markets here. And the last video I made seemed to be a little bit critical of Udemy, but you know what? There's lots of things that Udemy does well. And the other thing that I should mention about this is that I really don't want Udemy to fail, because if Udemy fails, that's really not good for the e-learning industry altogether. So it's really important that they succeed. And the only reason I make these videos is because I do want Udemy to succeed a lot here. And so let's take a look at the technical analysis here. So as you can see here, today is a big day. So basically we will test everything here is around 14.10 here. That's a break here, and then we basically have to kind of break this thing here. So if it stays flat for the next week or so, then you'll start to see that things will consolidate, and this trend line is then invalidated, of course. Now this is the day chart here. I haven't done for the hour chart here. The day chart is probably the most telling here. And you can see everything is up today here. But one thing I do want to talk about today is the fact that Udemy does something very well, and they've actually put a lot of work into this. And if you're into e-commerce, this is something that you have to do as well if you're building an e-commerce site. So they've actually put in a lot of time and effort into A/B testing. And so if you don't know what A/B testing here is, A/B testing is where you give two different users two different sets of sites, and you see which one converts more. Now, they've actually done a really good job at this over the years. They've found out what really works, what really doesn't work here. Now, there's a couple things that I think, would be a little bit better, but then again, I don't really have all the data here. Like this gift the course here should be bigger here. Perhaps the share icons might be a little bit bigger, but then again, maybe they found out through all their A/B testing that this was the most optimal thing here. So as you can see, or when you go to the site here, you can see that everything is very well laid out. And to be fair, Udemy does a really good job at displaying the information here. Everything that you see on this page has been carefully curated, and it really does show here. Now the thing is, of course, things haven't really changed much in the last, let's say, 5-6 years. And if you were to go back, in fact, I should probably do that. I've already done that on this channel once. I should probably do it again. Go back to the Wayback Machine and then figure out exactly some of the major changes here. But if you basically go back, other than like the update of the logo and whatnot, other than the update of the logo, things haven't really changed here. Most of the things are kind of the same. And you can see here, they have a featured review. All of these things that they've done with the A/B testing is really good. And it's something that Udemy, even when I go to like my Teachable page or Thinkific, it just feels right on Udemy, right? And it took a lot of effort to do that. So they've done a really good job with that. Now, of course, I really do want to see Udemy expand the marketplace revenue to about $1 billion a quarter or $4 billion a year. How they're going to do that is unclear, but for the most part, you can see here that this is a very crucial moment here, and perhaps in the near future, we'll see a break of this line. Otherwise, it's going down even more here, right? So this is a good trend line. Now, of course, with technical analysis, it's not necessarily exactly what's going to happen. It's more or less the roadmap here. So again, today, if it breaches the top here, which is again 14.10 here, and then tomorrow it has to basically break what its high today. So if tomorrow is a red day, then the trend down continues. Okay, and you can take a look here. If I go to like Duolingo, right? You can take a look at the day chart here as well. Might take a couple seconds for it to load here, but you can see that if we go to the chart here, and then we have the day chart here, it's a fairly similar pattern, right? If I draw that line from, let's say here, But in this case, it has been invalidated. But you can see, right? Like this is an example of a stock with a trend line. It's following the trend. It was rejected and then it broke through. Okay, so something very similar like this could happen to Udemy. Like it's definitely, it definitely could happen here, right? And so then you have to, make the call of, will this go up, right? And we'll see if that happens or not. So again, Duolingo is probably one of my favorite e-learning companies. They do everything right, pretty much. If you haven't downloaded the Duolingo app, you should definitely do it because they do languages so well. So well, in fact, that I don't really feel like making language courses on my own training site other than computer programming languages because Duolingo just does such a good job here. All right, so that concludes this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.